Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a week or two. Haven't got very far between temperatures too hot and you know, because you can't transplant when it's 88-90 degrees, or not very well. It's hard on the plants. And you know, then we had a inch of rain, lost the next day too. So, and I've been helping Carol, and you know, anyway, it's just been busy. But yesterday we lost a bearing. Still turns, but these John Deere bearings are very, very poor, and once you really yard on them once, they're junk. So we got another one. It's just a single bearing in there. I don't know why they didn't make this hub long enough to have two bearings in it. You know, it would last. Well, that's the problem. Probably it would last. But anyway, yeah, that's what I use for a part number. I think it's a row opener or closer for a, you know, a drill or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway, we're going to take that one off, just 15/16. Just wanted to show a little something here. Yeah, get the camera back. There we go. When you're using a bolt to hold something like this, you know, what the grip length is to here. You shouldn't be using this here to hold stuff together. That should just be for the nut and the washer and whatnot. So they really always put too much threads on, because they know they don't want to have to make threads in every 1/8 inch increment like Cat does. And people don't want to store them either. So consequently, you just have to live with it. But you should always have a solid shank going through what you're holding, like so. And then, is that all the way in there? Yeah, it is. And then you put your nuts on and your washer, and then you've got a smooth shaft through all of your pieces you're holding together, and it will hold twice as good. Anytime you're trying to hold the threads, any movement at all, and you lose all your integrity. So anyway, that's not hard to start because it's in there at an angle. Psychologically, you want to screw it straight in, but anyway, we got her started, so I'll tighten her up here in a minute. Yeah, give her the old tightener. There we go. Perfect. Just got to put the cap on, which these can be a pain in the butt. I'm actually going to put some of that grease right there on it. There, she's all in, covers on, good as new. That one's still good. So anyway, you can see it wobbles a little. Bearings are getting tender, but she'll probably go the season, maybe next, you never know. I got a couple more of them upstairs, but you can see I got the grip length all the way across. Had to put a couple extra washers. So anyway, yeah, just cheapy stuff to put it together. Anyway, we're gonna go lay some stuff out there. I gotta pick rocks here for a half hour, and then I'll be back. Something else I did was I went and got some Goodyear Wranglers. They're nothing fancy for a tire, they're cheap, but got them for the old 80 Chevy. That caliper right there is sticking, so I gotta replace that. I gotta go get it at lunchtime. The other ones, the tires are on, they just haven't been tightened yet. So anyway, she run like a top, other than my brakes getting hot. Because I went to go get them, I was gonna just drive it up to North Conway, and no inspection sticker, but who cares? Nobody else runs them, right? 95% of your motorcycles out there don't run them. And so I was just gonna drive it up. It's all insured and everything. But yeah, anyway, she got hot on me. As you can see, we got the fertilizer down, just broadcast it. And there is a lot of piles of rocks. I picked a pile of rocks out of this row. Usually I take them that way, so all those piles over there were out of this row. You can see that didn't bury good. That's where that disc broke. I'll have to go over and kind of get that done when I plant it. Of course, the rock I missed, you can see what they do. That's why I try to get most of them, but you could pick forever out here. So yeah, There's probably a quarter of a yard of rocks here in one row. It's quite a lot. I know if you take a machine, take a 4-foot wide path, it will fill a yard basket in one pass here, 200 feet long. But anyway, we'll go get on the tractor, see what we can do. Our down pass is just to build the row, and then the up pass going uphill, we'll lay the plastic. This will be the second row. That's the new plastic that we started with this year. The old stuff was a 0.6 mil or 0.6 mil, whatever it was, and this is 8. So they're talking metric, so who knows what the hell that amounts to. But a few thousandths thicker or something makes a big difference. I like the way it lays better. So we'll see how it breaks down, you know. Should break down just fine. But anyway, this whole girl should be ready to go. Anyway, when I get lined up and get stuff down, I'll bring you back. I know you probably don't see it well, but there's them 2 bolts that clamp the hydraulic lines. I run those right in the middle of the treads from my eyesight, and it runs me right down the middle of that row. I just split the difference with them. That's how I line up, keep things going somewhat straight. So, anyway, we'll get her about where we wanna. Float the old 3-point down, and that'll make a row once we get going. Keep myself looking ahead here. We can go in a little higher gear. When I lay the plastic, I go pretty slow, but in case I grab into something. Of course, I grabbed a rock over on the other side last night, broke that disc, and yeah. Pretty sure, probably right in there somewhere is where it changed. Probably as a rock. I heard it scrape pretty hard a couple times. So, probably a big rock, only an inch or 2 under the ground. Something I didn't see. Anyway, you can see that groove in the middle. That's why it takes 2 passes to lay your plastic here. Sometimes it fills it right up, sometimes it doesn't. But if I come down and then go up, it always fills it. Otherwise, you have a trough right in the middle where you're trying to plant. So, anyway, I'll get turned around here and we'll start going the other way, laying the plastic. The other day I jigging around here, I hooked into Alan's fence, stole that all to hell. But he came over, he's always pretty good. He came over and he don't complain, just fixed it. But good to have good neighbors, you know. Of course he's running on our land, so you know he's pretty good anyway. If he weren't a good neighbor, we wouldn't let him do it, you know. So I got to tell you a little quick story. Saturday night, I guess it was, good friend across the street, he's the one to help me build that barn over there, put the addition on and everything. And I'm just going to say that the girl he had, the two of them were a bad match. That's all I'm going to say. He never hit her, he never beat her or nothing, but they had some arguments. And anyway, he got all PO'd, took off, and he'd been drinking a little bit. I don't know how much. That's for the law to say, but they did say alcohol was involved. But anyway, my friend and neighbor, he bit the big one the other night. Hit a tree, anywhere from 80 to 120 miles an hour, you know, who knows. But took a 16-inch pine tree later over and broke a telephone pole off about 50, 60 feet before he hit the tree. So he was going along. Yeah. If you're having a bad spell with a girlfriend, don't take off driving mad. It's not a good thing. So, might not end well. But he was a guy who had no fear, wasn't afraid of speed. He took a motorcycle ride 40 feet off a ledge up on Mount Washington, coming down with a motorcycle, and landed in a tree 40 feet up, tumbled down to the ground. Him and two of the other guys muscled the bike out the road, and off he went. He's one of those guys that he's always lived on the razor's edge, but got him this time. So lost a good neighbor here in the neighborhood. Fun guy, but all those guys that live on the edge are fun, you know. But anyway, let's see if we can get some plastic laid here. So don't laugh at my tool here. Would you believe this farm, as much shit as I've got on this farm, I can't find a shovel or a spade. I guess technically we all call them the wrong thing. A shovel actually has a round point, and a spade actually has a square point. And I was always taught the opposite there when I was a kid, but it is how it is. But anyway, we'll grab this plastic. This plastic is nicer, being just a skosh heavier. You can handle it a little bit easier without it ripping. Pretty happy with it. Plus, Molly and Shane, they bought the lighter stuff, I believe, and they had good luck with it. But they don't have the rocks either, or not as many. Molly and Shane swear they have rocks, but they don't have a lot. And if you haven't seen Bell's Farming yet, and you're on my channel, check them out. That Shane and Molly are a couple of real fine folks. They are both funnier than heck in person. Shane don't say much, but he's always coming up with some dry humor about something. He's fun to visit with. They both are. So anyway, if you ever get a chance to watch that channel, you'll probably like it. Yeah, that should do it right there. Just put it under the wheels and we'll drive on. Yeah, they both come over the other night. We went out for pizza, and that Shane's, he's always come out with something funny. So anyway, let's see what we can do here. Well, as this starts, I keep bringing this up just a little bit here, and I watch for that to move ever so slightly on the front. Right there. Maybe that much more. Because as you can see, I build up quite a bit of dirt. I'm only up about to the 2. But I've been paying attention to the back, and I'm a little off where I need to be, so I'm going to have a crooked row there for a minute, but that's alright, she'll straighten out. Yeah, you can see there where I drifted when I yank it back. When I go left, the actual plastic mulch layer goes right, and that's why there was that kink in the line back there, or in the plastic. But it won't hurt nothing. Yeah, it looks like I can still pick that up a little more. I always have a pile when I get to the end. And I don't mind it because as you work your fields, this field probably is 6 feet, maybe 7 feet and 200. It's a couple percent grade. Probably 2.5, 3% maybe. And all your soil, every time you work anything with the harrows, it always works downhill easier than it moves uphill. So consequently, every year when I plant my plastic going up, and this is why I do plant it going, I'll lay it going up, plant it, yeah, planting the plastic. Anyway, yeah, when we lay the plastic, we do it going forward up the hill, and it helps quite a lot with keeping your soil up here where you need it. You know, you move probably 3 or 4 yards a year up the hill. Oh, shit, I ain't feeling that. I'm up a little too high. There we go. This end up here is all turfy, a lot of turf in it. It was new ground this year. The plastic mulch layer really don't like it. I don't know as I do, but it's working. So I get this one sheet laid of plastic here, and I'm gonna go and grab the little tractor, the 234 International, and we will go to planting. See what we can get done today. You always end up stopping wherever you want your. The wooden roll's got to be where you want the plastic to end, because that's where you cut it. You cut against that wooden roll, and as you can see, our corner's coming back. So I'm back about a foot. Next time I'll be back in here somewhere, probably another 4 or 5 feet back. Roll that roll back a little bit. Run the knife right against the wooden roll. That's what she does. She cuts it right off. That wooden spool is actually the center of a clapboard log. That's what we end up with. Yeah. Get this thing pulled out here where it belongs a little bit. Okay, at least there's no wind right now. So I'll pick that up a little. This thing out of the way. See if we can't get doing some planting. Well, as you can see, I'm back at it. Getting them in. They never look good after you plant them. Takes a couple days. But last year I cut all these leaders off, and I actually think they do better because they stand up better when you plant them. But anyway, I'm not bothering this year. I'm just going to lay them down. Anybody new to the channel, we just got a little, I got the pump off. Turn the pump on. So to transplant these, it's just like a water wheel planter, except we do it by hand. Just put some water in the holes, do 6 of them. I'm talking in, thinking that's 5. This one here is 6. Stick it back in there so you don't have to shut it off every time. Can't hold you in transplant, so we'll stick you right there. Hopefully you see. Can't reuse that one. So anyway, zucchini transplant's terrible. It doesn't like to have its roots disturbed, and it's tender. So, but it'll stand up in 3-4 days. That 4th row over there, they're all starting to stand up and go. The rest of them will do the same. This row here, I lost a lot of stuff. Damn geese got down here. They did that. There was a little puddle of water there. They did all these holes. Any place I could see a little bit of water, they went after it the other day. And they chewed up a bunch of stuff, poked a bunch of holes, and they wouldn't leave. I came out, chased them across the field 6 times, and finally I literally had to run after them. And they finally took flight. Haven't been back since. But yeah, damn geese. Never had a problem with them all the years we've been here. So anyway, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to film it. We're just going to get to the end. Well, as you can see, I did cut the leaders off these, and they do stand up better. They it slows them down because they don't have that one leaf making energy to grow the rest of it. But that first true leaf there will be out pretty quick. It'll grow just a little bit slower than normal, but they seem to catch up. And it's not so hard on them blowing around in the wind. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. We got yeah, row of zucchini done, some beans done. We're going to do golden zucchini next, and after that we're going to do tomatoes. So tomatoes should have been in friggin' week ago or more, but you know, it is what it is. We'll get to it. They were planted over here where we're standing last year. We like to move them around at least 50-60 feet away from where they were, so we're going to move them over there this year at the beginning, and then next year we'll probably put them on that further side. But yeah, the damn geese, they raised hell with stuff this year. But anyway, it's going to be it for this video, everybody. Take care. Don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Maybe I'll even get a video out quicker than a week and a half. This has been a long wait.